What's up? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today, and Non-Fungible Tomorrow. And to be honest, I'm not sure how your weekend was, but my weekend was just hectic. So basically, there was a positive case at my household. For those of you who do not know, here in Hong Kong, if you have one positive case in your household, you're basically your whole family, right, is gonna be quarantined for 7 days. So right now, I'm quarantined. I'm stuck in my home for 7 days. Cannot go out. Really tired, really, but I just want to share with you the latest update related to the market, and therefore I decided to do the stream. For those of you who do not know, last Friday I was talking about the Jackson Hole Fed announcement, and as you can see, we did witness a huge dump, right? Back then there was a huge pump at 21,875 Bitcoin price. Now we're trading at 19,849. And to be honest, the market is actually very weak. And I'm going to share more with you about this on what the Fed has said that, caused this huge dump to really happen. But before I begin, I have some good news, and I will be moderating an event at the CGC 11 conference. So the CGC 11 conference is actually a conference that's related to blockchain games, Web3, play to earn NFTs, and the metaverse. And I am super honored to be invited to be one of the moderator for one of the sessions. So this is the fireside chat that I'll be moderating this Wednesday, okay? Wednesday my time at 4 p.m. Hong Kong time. So I'm really honored to have this opportunity to have this fireside chat with Jesse Johnson, who's the co-founder and COO of Avagachi. So if you're interested in a DeFi, GameFi, whatever, metaverse, stuff like that, definitely check this out. I will be there as one of the moderators. So also in the weekend, great news. I got in the art community. For those of you who do not know, the art community is actually a community that it promotes co-creation, and also it is a exclusive community where you have to apply, and then and you have to apply, and then they have to approve your application, and then once they approve your application, they'll give you a soulbound token that you can mint, and then there'll be other different type of benefits, right? Some people are saying that the art community could be the proof community of Asia, because the team is actually from Singapore. JJ Lin, one of the famous Asian singer, is also part of the team, and also you have two different creators that are also the founders of the team as well, and they are also very influential in Singapore. So without further ado, let's look at this. Let's look at why we have a huge dump in the market. And let us look at this. And this is actually Fed Jerome Powell, right?
While the lower inflation readings for July are certainly welcome, a single month's improvement falls far short of what the committee will need to see before we are confident that inflation is moving down. So we are moving our policy stance purposefully to a level that will be sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2%. At our most recent meeting in July, the FOMC raised the target range for the federal funds rate to 2.25% to 2.5%, which is in the Summary of Economic Projections range of estimates of where the federal funds rate is projected to settle in the longer run. In current circumstances, with inflation running far above 2% and the labor market extremely tight, estimates of longer run neutral are not a place to pause or stop. July's increase in the target range was the second 75 basis point increase in as many meetings, and I said then that another unusually large increase could be appropriate at our next meeting.
All right, so basically, for those of you who do not remember, in July, the Fed raised the interest rate hike by 75 basis point, which is a second consecutive interest rate hike of 75% basis point. And 75 basis point is actually quite an unusually high basis point. And a lot of people were speculating that the Fed will, soften the rate hikes in the upcoming September FOMC meeting. But according to his recent speech at the Jackson Hole meeting on Friday, he is saying that, they are going to take a more restrictive approach, which basically means that it's going to be more hawkish. The Fed is going to continue using all the tools necessary in order to keep interest rate at 2%. Right now, interest rate, I think, is around at 8-something%. So there will be more and more interest rate hikes. And that is why the market was so scared, right? The whole market, even the Asian market, is all red. Basically, everything is red, as you can see. At the same time, macro environment looks terrible, right? Let's talk about Asian market, right? Japan's Nikkei leads losses as Asian market drop after Jerome Powell's, Jackson Hole speech. And then Europe face terrible winters for the next 5 to 10 years without a gas cap, Minister warns, right? And also Europe market is down because of the speech. So basically, guys, if your bags are down, it's not because of cryptocurrency itself, but in general, the macro environment is bad. And so hold on, guys. My huge bag is in crypto, in ETH especially. I thought that Ethereum 2.0 is able to carry ETH to new highs or probably really nice numbers, but it seems like the macro is actually taking the wing of the market right now. Even during the weekend, it was very weak. And I said, right, before we were looking at this, it was at 1 point something trillion. Now we're back at 953 billion, okay? So that is a huge dump in terms of the crypto market cap. Bitcoin now at 19,850, Ethereum at 1,450. Unfortunately, I got in at 1,800-ish, hoping that will break 2,000 again, but it didn't. But guys, I do believe that there is, you gotta have conviction in what you believe. I believe that if Ethereum in a short term or even in the long term is not gonna leave unless something fundamentally changes, right? Especially with regards to the 2.0 merge. But we broke through a lot of supports. We broke through a lot of psychological zones. So right now we are in some sort of uncharted territories. If you look at the whole crypto market cap, 0.04% decrease in the last 24 hours. Overall crypto market cap went down. But guys, this is painful. For me, it's painful as well. I brought here and now we're dumping here. And I also made some loss in quite a few stop losses. But one of the biggest takeaways is that remember this pain, guys. Because if we have a relief rally, if we have another huge pump because of some technological breakthrough, you need to know when to sell, right? Because if you're always so bullish, you will not exit the market and you'll have paper gains, right? So always remember these feelings, guys. So in general, market is kind of weird in general, because as we all see, macro is actually dominating the whole market. If we look at this, right? Total market cap, Bitcoin is pretty much sideways, right? Didn't increase. If Bitcoin increases its market cap dominance, basically there's a chance that could push market things up. But still, right now, Ethereum is kind of leading as well, and stablecoin market cap is leading as well. But overall market cap has dumped a bit. We have broke through the 1 trillion again. So if you look at crypto news, in Singapore, financial regulators are looking to scrutinize the market. Hi, DeFi guy, welcome. Let me say welcome. In the beginning, I was talking about not doing a stream, but I decided that it is so necessary to do a stream today to talk about the market, especially this week. There's something new happening for me as well, so you can check that out as well. So Singapore's financial regulator is gonna scrutinize cryptocurrency even more. And also they're saying that investors irrationally oblivious to crypto trading risk, right? And the West is all about the market going down and other type of interviews. Fed News podcast subject, a crypto queen on the one. So these are not really relevant. I do think that there's some interesting NFT news in the past weekend. So if we look at this, MAS doesn't trust retail crypto investment, more regulations, right? So this is the same as the Singapore thing. It seems that there's a chance that the Singapore regulation might not be that friendly for retail investors in the the narrative of protecting these retail investors. Ripple CEO comments on crypto leaks, denies funding for funding law firm to target other people. Dubai issues crypto marketing rules to better protect investors, so regulation is coming. Cardano outran Bitcoin and Goldman top internet brands, a new report. For those of you who do not know, Cardano actually does have an advertising agency, if I remember correctly. So of course they're gonna do more in terms of the marketing. So let us go to NFT news. Let us go to LFG news. Pudgy Penguins introduced Pudgy Penguin Children Book. Featuring penguin characters licensed straight from the community, which is great. They did the toys collection licensing from the community, and now they're doing a new book. Cool Cats comics are coming soon. Okay, holders can mint with milk. Okay, and actually Snoop Dogg and NMS did a performance about from the D2 to the LBC, which is a song that they made using the Bored Ape avatars, right? So they had a performance in the VMA. So this is basically the performance video. I can't play the whole thing because of copyright and also the audio. Definitely go check it out. Go to Google, search M&M's feature Snoop Dogg performs from the D2 to LBC 2022 VMAs, right? So you see that they have the virtual avatar and then they become this Bored Apes, and then they have a lot of different type of other side reference, which I'm very sure that the fans of the other side is gonna look for clues that will share what is up for the metaverse game. So it's really cool to see mass adoption, and also how Snoop Dogg and Eminem is rocking the profile pic, and how there's a crossover between a real life person and also a virtual avatar. But of course, definitely, the graphics could be better. I know people were talking about the graphics, but it is an exciting thing to see this sort of mass adoption, right? Another really interesting NFT news for those of you who do not know, Adrian Jan, right? He's actually a very big developer here in Hong Kong, right? He is the the owner of New World Development, and recently he came out and doxed his pseudo anonymous identity, right? So basically, there's a well for Asuki. So the well is actually called Last Night Eve, right? And recently he doxed himself to be Adrian Jan, saying that, hey, Adrian is gone, and also New World Development is gonna do more with the Asuki IP, and they're gonna build something together, which is actually very bullish for Asuki. And also Asuki launched the comics, which as a result increased the floor price of the Asuki NFT collection. Before, when I was seeing at the lowest bottom, it was around 6 ETH. Now it was back at around 8 to 9 or even more higher ETH last I checked. So it's really exciting to see how property developers as big as Adrian Jan, who's also really bullish in NFTs, where he did a lot of exhibitions locally for in his malls and stuff like that, is fully embracing the decentralized IP and also using that IP to develop products, right? So that's a really interesting news I want to share with you locally here, and also it's really big for the Asuki family or community. Next news. So if you look at this, Yokes. So Yokes is actually a Solana NFT collection. They are doing a Yokes list where a lot of people can apply to get the scholarship and also mint NFT. They have announced that the mint is gonna be here at September the 2nd, and at the same time, they are getting a lot of attention because a lot of major influencers are joining the Yokes list, right? So it's kind of like a curated list of only 15,000 people. So pretty much that it, guys, for today's news. So yeah, stay safe if you're trading. Market is really uncertain. The macros definitely look very bearish. To me, I am bearish in a sense that I do believe that this winter will be a very cold winter. If you look at my profile, I have been sharing a lot of stuff, right? British energy price raised 80%, right, to 3,549 pounds a year, right? A lot of news saying about how pessimistic it is going to be, and you as well, especially for natural gas. So I think it's gonna be a very cold winter, guys. Stay safe, guys, if you're trading, but don't lose hope in the space. The biggest thing that you can invest is invest in yourself, and also create. Like for me, right? I'm creating content. I'm learning something new every day. I'm investing in myself. I'm not here just for speculation, right? You need to invest in the right mindset change. If you're here to learn, right? If you're here to understand how macroeconomics work, how macros can affect the financial market, and also how art intersects with the whole thing, then NFT and crypto is the place to be, right? So this is your host Non-Fungible TC. If you like the content, remember to like and subscribe. Signing out.